Hey guys, welcome back to Chef Dad, and today we're going to be making coq au vin. It's a French stew, and we're going to get started. So we're going to start by marinating our chicken in red wine, salt, pepper, bay leaf, and thyme, and we're going to marinate it overnight. You can do as low as 2 hours if you don't have time, but overnight is preferable. So in our Le Creuset pot, we're going to start by rendering 4 ounces of diced bacon, and we're going to cook this on medium heat until it is super crispy and all of the fat is released. Now that all the bacon is fully cooked, we're going to take a slotted spoon and take it out of the pot, leaving all of the fat remaining in the pot. So now that our chicken is marinated overnight, we're going to take it out and put it on a plate with a paper towel, and we're going to pat it dry really well to get all that moisture out, because the next step is that we're going to fry it. So in the pot with all the bacon grease, we're going to sear off our chicken and making sure that it is browned very nicely on all sides, and you want to work in batches so that there's an even layer of chicken. So to the pot now, we're going to add our onions, carrots, and mushrooms, and we're going to saute that off until they're soft and semi-cooked through. You want to make sure you scrape up all the brown bits while you're stirring. This will give you a lot of nice flavor. Now we're going to add 2 cloves of minced garlic, and 1 teaspoon of tomato paste. So you want to really cook the tomato paste and let that caramelize and really get a nice flavor going. Once that happens, we can add our flour, and this is what is going to thicken our sauce. So after about a minute or so, the flour is cooked in a little bit. We're going to push all of the vegetables to one side of the pot, and we're going to carefully pour in the 2 tablespoons of brandy. And you want to make sure you do this away from the heat. And we're going to flambe it, where we ignite it with fire. Once all the alcohol is burned off, we're going to pour in our marinade that we set aside earlier, and this is going to be the base for the sauce. So we're going to boil our sauce till it reduces about halfway, about 12 minutes. As you can see, the sauce is now reduced nicely, and we're going to add in our chicken that we set aside, making sure everything is evenly layered. Once the chicken is layered evenly, we're going to add half of the bacon bits that we cooked earlier, and we're going to cover it and simmer it on low heat for 1 hour. While the chicken is cooking, in a separate pan, we're going to take 2 tablespoons of olive oil and 1 tablespoon of butter, and we're going to melt that and saute our pearl onions. Once the onions are cooked halfway, we're going to move them to the side of the pan and add the remaining mushrooms. And then we're just going to toss this together and saute it real quick. In the pan we just used, we're just going to gently wipe it out and use this to make our croutons. So it's going to be 1 tablespoon of olive oil and 2 tablespoons of butter, and we're going to melt this nicely and toast our bread. Now that the chicken is cooked, we're going to add the onions and mushrooms and the remaining bacon bits and simmer it for 15 minutes to let it thicken. So here we have the final product. It's the coq au vin with mashed potatoes served with French cognac. I hope you guys like this video, and I hope you give it a try and let me know how it turns out. See you next time.